As y'all know, this year's race is dedicated to the memory of Scott Luikart. Scott Luikart was a father, he was a husband, he was a brother. Did you know Scott had a twin brother? Scott had a twin brother. He was also a very dear friend to anyone that ever met him. And he was a pretty good bike rider too. In 2013, he won a little thing in Borrego Springs called the 24-Hour Worlds. That same year in 2013, he came down here to NCOM and rode the infamous La Linda NCOM, where we had the painted rocks out on La Linda Road. And the painted rocks. And Scott won NCOM that year. In 2014, Scott went to the Tejas 500 on a very difficult course and set the course record of 26 hours and some change. And that record is going to stand, people. It's going to stand for a while. In 2015, Scott went to Sebring, where he chased Marco Ballo for 24 hours in Sebring, and Marco had the best 24 hours he's done. He rode 521 miles. The only reason I did it because Scott was on my butt. Also in 2015, he won the Ohio National 24-Hour Championships. And also in 2015, he won the 2015 Race Across Oregon on a very difficult course and a lot of heat. And he did it in 30 hours. He had 5 minutes off his bicycle in that 30 hours. Scott Luikart was the fastest 500-mile racer in America. And he was doing it in his 50s. And this race is dedicated to him. I had the fortune of racing with Scott and crewing with Scott on several occasions. I am so grateful that in July of this year, Johnny and I both got to crew Scott in the Race Across Oregon. I was so grateful that I got to have that final time with him. And I'm grateful to this day. Scott and I had a tradition at a race. After the race, we always had a tradition of eating ice cream. We would go to a Sonic, or we would go to a Dairy Queen, or we'd go to a little ice cream shop somewhere, and we would order ice cream. And we would sit down at the table. Not a lot of words were spoken. Scott never spoke a lot of words. He's a very humble man. Not a lot of words were spoken, but we'd sit over that ice cream. And we'd be eating our ice cream, and Scott would lean over, and his shoulders and his neck would be sore from the long race and everything. He'd be kind of humped over that ice cream. When he was humped over, he'd cut those eyes up at me, and I'd look at him, his little grin at me. And that was our celebration. There didn't have to be words of how fast we were or how we did that. That was our celebration of all the hard work, all the long miles, all the preparation, all the organization, everything that goes into ultra racing. And so I hope each of you, after your race, get to go have some ice cream. Yeah. All right? Yeah. All right, it's time for the fun part.